Hello, Dr. Suzie. Welcome to our business talk. Thank you for taking the time to inspire people today. Would you like to give an introduction about yourself, Dr. Suzie?
Hi, Aaron. It's a pleasure being here. Thanks for inviting me.
Mhm.
Thanks for everyone who's watching us live or even a replay. My name is Dr. Suzie Jacob, and I work as a general practitioner here in the UK.
Mhm.
I'm a lead clinician, and I'm the lead for GP lead for frailty, homelessness. I'm champion for long COVID. I also have special interest in learning disability and diabetes. I work in management roles as well as I am a core general practitioner, hands-on clinician. I
Mhm.
live here in the UK with my husband, who's a chef, and my 14-year-old daughter.
That's great. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Doctor. Can you, basically tell us like why did you choose this business?
So for me, it all started, I have to say, around about COVID time, which is now, believe it or not, it's 3 years, isn't it? So it was
Mhm.
around COVID that actually, and we are all in the front line, isn't it? So everything
Mhm.
was shut down, but obviously, healthcare was open. Although in
Mhm.
general practice we made this massive shift to doing kind of like a digital first assessment, and if necessary bringing patients in to see,
Mhm.
still I was seeing quite a good amount of patients with COVID at that time.
Mhm.
And um, and I saw firsthand the
Mhm.
devastating effects of COVID and long COVID,
Mhm.
which is one of the things I actually specialize in also. And I saw a lot of colleagues getting it. I've seen patients who are affected even now
Mhm.
from the infection they caught in March 2020, and
Mhm.
still unable to go back to work.
Mhm.
So it
Mhm.
made me realize how fragile life is, and we have no guarantee. At that time we had no guarantee how this virus was going to affect us. And
Mhm.
also my husband and daughter was at home, and every
Mhm.
day I was coming back home, with the potential of making, giving them the infection. So
Mhm.
I wanted an opportunity to actually earn money
Mhm.
uh, from home without
Mhm.
actually getting myself or my family exposed to the virus.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's when I started looking for opportunities online.
Mhm.
And where I actually, the other thing is, during COVID, because my husband was at home, we still
Mhm.
had a mortgage to pay, we still had bills to pay. So I had
Mhm.
to increase my hours to actually work around things. And
Mhm.
I was hardly, involved in what was happening in the house at that time.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I understood is there should really be a smarter way of making money rather
Mhm.
than trading my time for money. Of
Mhm.
course, if I trade my time for money, I earn a very decent amount, but that is at a price. That's at a
Mhm.
price where I'm not involved in my daughter's care. I'm not involved in things that's happening around the house and
Mhm.
things like that. And when people started dying and becoming sick, it
Mhm.
realized, for me, it made me understand what really matters in my life, and for me, it was my family.
Mhm.
I love my job. That's why I still work as a
Mhm.
general practitioner, but
Mhm.
I don't want to have any more regrets. I want to live life to the fullest, travel,
Mhm.
and not be looking at my bank account before I spend the money. So I wanted to be in that sort of, level where I
Mhm.
wanted to do that without having to trade my time for money.
Yeah, absolutely. That's greatly put, yes, Dr. Suzy. So yeah, definitely. Like this business gives you the opportunity to work from home and connect with people from throughout the world. Like people from one corner of the globe to other corner of the globe, and helps you interact with people from all walks of life. Like we have seen like doctors, lawyers, nurses, IT professionals, engineers, and whatever profession you name, you have people in our community of about 150,000 people. So that's a wonderful opportunity that you should be tapping in.
Yep.
into.
Absolutely.
So the other one is like, one of the questions is, can you build a fortune doing this business? What is your opinion on this?
Um, Actually, we've got a very proven system. So we, as you know, because you are part of our team, you know fully well. Every day we see success stories of people earning multiple 6 and 7 figure incomes. And yes, they have been in the business for quite a lot time, between 3 and 5 years. But we
Mhm,
have to think of, and when we tell people that, they can't actually get their mind around it. How can such,
mhm,
like a digital business be able in such a short span of time be
mhm,
able to earn this kind of thing? So we just need
mhm,
to look back a bit on history, really.
mhm,
um, uh, Around 40 years ago, really, you needed about tens and thousands of people to build a business that's about 20 billion dollars or more.
mhm.
But nowadays we can do that sort of billion-dollar businesses with less than 2,000 people. I don't know whether you kind of use a because I work for a telehealth company.
Mhm,
So we use a software, workplace software, because we have thousands of employees. We
mhm,
use a software called Slack, and the
mhm,
market value for Slack is about 23 billion US dollars. And
mhm.
did you know the total employees working in Slack is only about 1,700? So
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, it's only 1,700 people. Imagine getting 20 a company that's worth 23 billion. And I was amazed because I use Slack every day for work, because one of the jobs I do is a telehealth, and I'm one of the lead GPs in that company. So
Mhm,
yeah, so that was amazing. Growing up, I used to use Kodak, the cameras. And
mhm,
in 1989, I believe, Kodak had about 145,000 employees, and it was valued at that time about 16 billion US dollars.
mhm,
um,
mhm,
Now, Snapchat, which my daughter uses, in 2017 achieved about 24 billion in valuation, and its employees are around 1,800.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
what does this all tell us? That it
mhm,
is possible to
mhm,
actually achieve all this
mhm,
with less numbers. Um,
mhm,
and but how is it possible for us to do that? Is
mhm,
because of automation.
mhm,
Automation is key, and as you know rightly, that how are, like, I'm still in full-time employment, you're in full-time employment, but how are we able to reach this kind of business level, about 5, 6, 7 figures earners, multiple of 5, 6 figure earners in our community? Is because of automation. It's
mhm,
because of technology that we are
mhm,
using every day. Now,
mhm,
people can hate it or they can love it. But
mhm,
I believe firmly that if you don't actually embrace it, you are
mhm,
going to be just left behind.
mhm,
For instance, I use like ChatGPT, which everyone's talking about now. It started November last year, and I joined ChatGPT on the third day
mhm,
third day of its release.
mhm,
And it's been brilliant. I use ChatGPT for my business. I use
mhm,
ChatGPT for my work, because I create policies and standard
mhm,
operating procedures and things like that for my workplace. So I use, before, if something had taken me an hour,
mhm,
ChatGPT now takes me 5 minutes
mhm.
to create a standard operating procedure.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of time saved.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, if somebody, some sort of company or a business needed that many employees, we don't need that at the moment. And that's a scary thought.
Mhm,
That's a real scary thought, because that just tells me, in the next 10 years, are are our jobs really safe? They're
mhm,
not. they're not really safe. And why it's not safe is because of automation. Even for us, like now we are having this chat, but our business is running on the background. Even today morning, like you're just getting queries and you're just getting, income coming in and things like that, all running in the background while I'm looking after things. It's a Saturday, so
Mhm.
housework and other things that I'm involved in, but
Mhm.
I'm not spending time to get that.
Mhm.
That's all because of automation.
Mhm.
So I think it's very important that people get a piece of a business this time. We,
Mhm.
the days when going to school, study well, go to uni, get the job, and then your life sorted was up to the 20th century.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's no longer relevant here because workplaces don't need you as much. Even, and you'd think like jobs like being a doctor, because I work with telehealth. I
Mhm.
sometimes got involved in research and things like, and I remember 5 years ago I was involved in a research, and
Mhm.
there was this computer simulation versus myself,
Mhm.
and the computer simulation
Mhm.
for a case
Mhm.
was 98% accurate. I was 94%.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
so what it tells me is, what it told me that time, in 10 years, do they need that many number of doctors?
Mhm.
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely the power of automation. AI is catching up, and it's providing a lot of value in reducing the man hours required to do the same work. So.
Yeah. And that's why, because people will then think, oh, it's impossible to earn five figures. It's impossible to earn six figures. No, it's not. If Slack can do it, 23 billion with just 1,700 employees, why can't we, with one person working in a business,
Mhm.
earn that five figure, six figure in a year?
Mhm.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not rocket science, isn't it? The numbers are there, and the numbers which I'm quoted is all there for public to see. I'm not
Mhm.
just taking things out of the air. You can just
Mhm.
Google it and find it yourself.
Mhm.
But then people think, oh, that is for you know you know blue collar jobs. No, it's not for
Mhm.
blue collar jobs. Even in big
Mhm.
jobs, there are
Mhm.
now softwares that looks into like contracts. The lawyers look into contracts and all.
Mhm.
So there are now softwares that would have taken 26 lawyers 92 minutes to
Mhm.
do about 100 contracts, and that is done within less than 5 to 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Why
Mhm.
do you need that many lawyers?
Mhm.
Again, I'm talking about professions
Mhm.
which people considered as noble and big professions, and that's the last thing that's going to go out. But
Mhm.
this is very real,
Mhm.
and we all need to have a piece of it. We all
Mhm.
need to get into this technology, get into a business, make sure. My father always used to say this:
Mhm.
make hay while the sun shines. So this
Mhm.
is our opportunity today
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
enter into this platform to make
Mhm.
money, because
Mhm.
in 10 years time what we might be doing might even look a bit different. But
Mhm.
that's when we have to pivot and change with the times, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. So yeah, so Dr. Suzie, I totally agree with what you said. And nowadays, like if you see companies, big companies, they spend about 15 to 20% of their revenue on marketing. So that's like if you consider like $8 billion company, and you see the 15 to 20% is like it's a huge number,
Yeah.
and the companies are really changing the way products reach people. So that's where the power of sales automation and the power of social media comes into play, right? You
Absolutely.
have about 2 4 billion people on social media, and almost in Facebook itself you have like 2.6 billion people in a year spending time on Facebook, and the average time being 2.5 hours per day.
Yeah.
So that's the huge opportunity there. And like you said, make hay while the sun shines. When there's a
Yeah.
opportunity like this, you definitely need to
Yeah. Yeah.
make use of it, and try to
because we never
growth.
know. And but that's where you have to, I'm a big believer in multiple streams of income. So
Mhm,
it's not just that I look at this. One of the reasons I still continue with my job is it's another sort of source of income. Then
mhm,
when you get the profits, you have to always keep aside a certain amount to
mhm,
reinvest or invest into other things. Like people
mhm,
in our community are investing in property, Airbnbs. I do a
mhm,
bit of property myself. So
mhm,
it's multiple streams. You just it's
mhm,
we've gone other times. My dad,
mhm,
bless his heart, he's a retired banker.
mhm,
So, and I was brought up in the Middle East, and he was there for about 42, 43 years or something. My dad, and
mhm,
he. In I think the first bank he was there for 3 years, and the second bank,
mhm,
which is a central bank in Abu Dhabi, he was there for 40 years, and then he retired. Like gone are the days when people just rely on one job and one company for all their life. No one does that anymore. It's unheard of, really. We
mhm,
just keep moving and skipping if we get a bit better opportunity.
mhm,
Similarly, this is the opportunity. And it's because I think the problem is we're not taught these things in school.
mhm,
We're just taught to be workers rather
mhm,
than business people.
mhm,
And no one's taught that there's another better way of making money.
mhm, mhm. Totally. Yeah, definitely agree with you, Dr. Suzy. So, in terms of would you want to talk about our community? What kind of support you receive from this specific community to help you succeed in this business?
Sure, absolutely. So that is one of the reasons it's very important to be, to be successful. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm a firm
Mhm,
believer in that, because it's not like if you are a one man show, you will not be successful. Absolutely not.
mhm,
But I believe it takes longer.
mhm,
But while if you have, for instance, a community support and you have a coach and a mentor, like what we have, each one of us in this
mhm,
community has a coach and a mentor. And I myself is
mhm,
a mentor. I mentor my team under me are all doctors. So I mentor the doctors.
mhm,
But my coach isn't a doctor. So and then that's the beauty about the business. So when I started doing the business and started doing digital marketing, some of those things, because what we do is attraction marketing, isn't it? So you
mhm,
attract people just like you.
mhm,
And the thing is, sometimes you how you would attract a lawyer is different than how you'd attract a doctor, and
mhm,
that's just how it is.
mhm,
So I had to tweak a bit of things, learn from my experience. But even what I'm talking about, learning from my experience, I started seeing success in this business from month 3. Yeah.
mhm,
And that's not too bad,
mhm,
compared to, like, most average people in the United Kingdom, by the time they finish university, they have already about 80,000 pounds debt. And in the first year, your salary as a doctor here without the extra banding is about 21,000. Yeah.
mhm,
And if you
mhm,
do the banding, which is 50%, that means 50% of what you do will be like night shift, you get about 33,000 pounds.
mhm, mhm,
That's not even enough to cover the debt that you accumulated from doing that degree. And we are
mhm,
talking about 3 months to get success. Where
mhm,
is, studying 6 years of medicine and having that much debt, and you're not able to even pay back that debt in the first year? It'll take you years to pay that back. And we are
mhm,
telling, like, you're within 3 months you can see success. But
mhm,
because I found a technique,
mhm,
my mentees and I've been able to train them, and my mentees are seeing success within 6 weeks and 8 weeks. So
mhm,
they are even what I'm trying to say is they're better than me. So
mhm,
you can reach you if you have that training and mentorship and that one-to-one training.
mhm.
Something that might take you without a community 5 years will
Mhm.
take you 2 months or
Yes,
a
yes.
month. So
Mhm,
it's getting there faster. and
mhm,
and I would, and I don't mind, even for my, and how I am, I think, is I'm ready to pay for that. and
mhm,
what our community, we don't even have a membership fee.
mhm,
To join our community is just about 149 US dollars, and
mhm,
that you get one-to-one training, mentorship, weekly masterminds, coaching, and all for your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the funnel systems and everything, the website, the funnels,
Mm-hmm.
the automated system is all included in 149,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
US dollars.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so I paid because I know that when I saw this business, I knew this was a gold mine because I was
Mm-hmm.
doing property and I wanted to know how to use Facebook ads. I
Mm-hmm.
paid
Mm-hmm.
for a 3 month coaching for Facebook ads around £3,500,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
while in our system we have 7 different platforms all
Mm-hmm.
included in this 149.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is people don't understand that the value of the 149, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
even like a membership fee because I have been in crypto. I have membership under a crypto community, and I pay a membership fee to be part of that community. It's not even that. So that is the beauty. So you can reach from one place to another in a
Mm-hmm.
smaller, shorter period. And what
Mm-hmm.
would you? So the question is, what would you give to
Mm-hmm.
get your to your goals faster and
Mm-hmm.
with less mistakes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you get to learn from my mistakes, you get to learn from your mistakes. Your mentees will get to learn from our mistakes and
Mm-hmm.
get them to reach there quicker. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a no-brainer for me, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, the power of the learnings that has already been done, because this community has been there for a long time, and people who have tried and experimented and succeeded. They're willing to come forward and share their learnings, right? I
Yeah,
mean, the weekly mastermind sessions, wherein you have people sharing their journeys on. How did they find success? What are the roadblocks that they faced? And what are the tricks and tips that anyone can adopt immediately to
yeah,
see the success. So the people are like willing to help. That's what I've seen in this community. It's not like there's a lot of envy going on, or the people are willing to tell their success stories, happy to see people succeed and help them grow.
yeah.
So that's something fascinating. I mean, it comes from the founders of this community. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Their core values are really good. They earn, but then once they reach, and when you reach a certain level, you just want to give back to your community. And that's
Mhm,
what makes our community work without a membership fee, and
mhm,
and it's a lifetime membership, yeah, isn't it? So it's amazing.
mhm,
And that's one of the and the community helps to work on our mindset, because when you're a part of a community,
mhm,
everyone hits their lows and highs and things like that, but
mhm,
you have somewhere or somebody to fall back on, your
mhm,
mentor, the community,
mhm,
and other people in the community to fall back if you were to
mhm,
hit that stumbling block.
mhm. Absolutely. So, moving on, Dr. Susie, so what are the obstacles that you faced in this business, right? And how did you overcome that? And because those are the things that also people need to know to kind of visualize as to how
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
done.
Absolutely. This is, first of all, this is not a get quick rich scheme. You have don't think this is all roses. Yeah. Yes, roses do have thorns, but yeah, you still need to put in the time and you still need to put in the effort. The results that you see depends on the time and effort we put in, and we all have our own lives to lead, so things happen in life and there might be times where you can't, like especially most of us are, when they join the business, are in full-time employment. Then gradually people just cut down their sessions, and we have people who've not even cut down their sessions who are earning 6 and 7 figures in the community. But for me, the biggest thing was when I entered into the business world, because my training, and my thought process is, oh, will I be able to do this? Because I have absolutely no training, I don't have a degree. Because
Mhm,
for all the things I do as a doctor, I've been qualified to do it. I've done the
mhm,
training, I've got the skill set that's
mhm,
done through the training courses, the
mhm,
degrees, the masters, and everything that I've got. So, for like a professional like me, I think we'd think, I was even thinking about, I'll do an MBA, I think. And I'm really grateful I didn't spend the 15,000 pounds on
Mhm.
doing an MBA, which I probably would have been a total waste of my time. You
Mhm.
don't need it. You don't
Mhm.
need an MBA to do this. Anybody can do it. We have people who are 18 who've not even done uni, to
Mhm.
people who are 80. Yeah, that's correct. 80
Great.
doing this. So from my point of view, it's all about the mindset,
Mhm.
and that's where the community again helped me to overcome that, because
Mhm.
I was seeing people's successes every day, the
Mhm.
leaders talking to us every week,
Mhm.
encouraging us, telling, keeping us up to date,
Mhm.
updating the training sites and
Mhm.
things like that. So mindset, this business is 90% mindset. You have
Mhm.
to be able to visualize yourself as being a winner, and
Mhm.
sometimes it is hard if you've had no business background.
Mhm.
But the thing is, when I see people, normal people, like
Mhm.
builders, nail technicians, uh, plumbers, and grandmothers and great grandmothers doing this business, I was like, if they can do it, why can't I? There's
Yeah.
absolutely no reason why I can't. So, and seeing those success, I'm so inspired by people's successes, and it just keeps me more motivated. And
Mhm.
again, uh, there's always some touch point, like someone,
Mhm.
if you are having a rough time or a rough patch, you have your coach, you have your mentor who would then sit with you, and you can have a one-to-one mindset session at that time,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is something I didn't find, because I have been other programs, other courses, and other, I'm very proud to say I've been trained. I've been under Tony Robbins courses, Dean Graziosi, and things like that, and it's been brilliant. But
Mhm.
I've never been one to one with them. I've done, like, the group where they have, thousands of people as a
Mhm.
Zoom and things like that, which
Mhm.
is still great. Don't get me wrong; it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant and fantastic. But
Mhm.
here you get an opportunity of someone just
Mhm.
being one to one with you and and they are invested in you being successful.
Mhm.
So once I got that mindset clear, like,
Mhm.
I felt like, nothing can stop me.
Mhm.
If something was to put a brakes, it's myself.
Mhm.
Because I have enough evidence that I'm seeing that this
Mhm.
is a perfect blueprint. So
Mhm.
if you think it doesn't work for you, then it won't work for you. But then the common denominator there would be you. You're the
Mhm.
only variable in the equation, because it has
Mhm.
worked for thousands in our community.
Mhm. Thanks for the great information, Susie. I think there's a lot of inspiration from the talk. You gave a lot of information on how different people are doing it and what kind of mindset that you need to adopt to succeed. Yeah, like any other business, right? You need to really try it out, experiment. But even the experiment part, you're being helped with here, because people have already experimented, people have already succeeded, and they are willing to lend their hand to help you succeed. So even that part becomes easy. And
Yeah.
with and also with the automated system, it becomes all the more easy to do the business. So any final thoughts, Dr. Susie, on what do
Well,
you want to?
so I think we've had a great chat, Arun, and thanks for again inviting me. We had a great chat. I've given you the numbers, I've given you facts, I've talked about the mindset. So, guys, there's nothing to lose. So just, why don't you just give it a try? So, you might be watching in our individual pages. Just write a message down. I'd like more information, or messages directly into our pages wherever you're watching this. I'm Susie Jacob Francis as my personal profile. Send me a direct message, or send a message down in Arun's page, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about the next steps, which would be registering to our free webinar.
Mhm.
And that's the first way, and you have nothing to lose there. And once, if you are interested, then to move forward is 149 US dollars. I've touched upon lightly about, and there's much more things, like, unfortunately, in a 30-minute chat we can't cover everything. And lives have been changing. There is a better way of making money. So stop being a fence sitter. Take that action today to make a change in your life. Is this business for everyone? No, it's not. It might not be for you, but you have nothing to lose, because there is a 30-day guarantee period where,
Mhm.
if you're not interested, you can refund, and that's it. At least you've given a chance and opportunity to know more about the business. And
Mhm.
if it's not for you, I wish you all the very best. But what if it was for you and you let this opportunity pass you by? So, my only plea today is, whoever's watching this replay or live, don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take action today, and make a better future for yourself and for your family. Over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Suzie. I think you have outlined, given a detailed understanding of what the steps would be, and what people should do to get started. It was amazing talking to you, Dr. Suzie. Thank you so much.
That's been a pleasure, Arun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.